What's going on, folks? Welcome back to the Sit, where I am your boy, Money Matt, and today we're going to talk about the underrated Jordan 9. Yes, we are talking about the underrated Jordan 9. Oh boy, why would we do that? The Jordan 9 is underrated. Nobody likes the Jordan 9, right? That's what they all say. But let's figure out why that shoe is considered to be so underrated. So when you think of Air Jordans, a name that's synonymous with basketball style in general, and sneaker culture, but it's a dynasty filled with, like, I don't know, tons of iconic silhouettes. Some of the models get, you know, a lot more love than the other ones. And the ones that we love, okay, it was the Jordan 1. That was by far the most popular silhouette, most popular Jordan sneaker, right? So we go off of that. We go into the threes, we go into the fours, we go into the fives, we go into the sixes, we go to the 11s. And, every once in a while we'll sprinkle a 7 or a 10, maybe a 13 in there that, ranks among top silhouettes for Jordan brand. But for some strange reason, the Jordan 9 kind of got lost in the shuffle. And what we're going to do today is we're going to put some reasons to that of why the Jordan 9 kind of fell by the wayside. And it's still not one of the most, it's not even close of being one of the hyped Jordan brand sneakers. So without further ado, man, you already know what we do. Let's get to it. So reason number one would be the obvious, right? And I think it's probably why the Jordan 9 gets lost in the shuffle, right? We're talking about the missing MJ factor. And when I say the missing MJ factor, the 9 is unlike pretty much most of the Jordan era sneakers, right? Because MJ never actually wore them on the court. Now, I say that because he was busy off playing baseball, chasing his other dream that he wanted to fulfill in being a great baseball player. Now, we all know how that turned out for the Birmingham Barons, but I still got baseball cards from that. Yeah, it was pretty dope. I actually got one when he hit his first home run, but yeah, it was quite an interesting time, right? But by the time the 9 dropped, again, MJ was off playing baseball, temporarily, obviously. We know how the story goes on, but I do believe that the lack of MJ having those on his feet on the court kind of disconnects them from his legacy when it comes to the popularity of that said shoe. Now, me personally, all right, now we're not gonna get into my personal beliefs right now. Let's get to reason number two. Now, reason number two is I think it was a bold design choice. Now, if you look at the nines, they are definitely not like any of the other shoes in the Jordan line, right? There's no, I guess, a carryover. There's no homage to the ones prior to. In the Jordan 9, it's a bulkier design, and I'm gonna go out on a limb here. The shoes in that era were just big and bulky. Now, if you take a look at my personal Grail, which I know a lot of people may say, bruh, that's not a Grail. A Grail isn't just something that it's hard to get, or you spend a lot of money on, or it's a one of one sneaker. No, that's why it's called a personal Grail. The personal Grail for me was the Griffey Max 1s. That shoe at that time had a bigger impact on me and the sneaker culture, and me growing up as a young man back in Alabama running the streets like somebody crazy. Okay, I wasn't running the streets because, yeah, Carrie didn't play that. But that sneaker was the one for me. And if you look at that shoe and look at the Jordan 9, you can definitely see some similarities there, right? But not only that, the Jordan 9 had a global logo on the heel, right? Where'd that come from? Again, it's disconnected from the rest of the sneakers in Jordan brand, right? It had a higher cut. Now, mind you, I did say he played baseball in the 9s. He played baseball in the 9s. Reason being, you get that higher cut because it's a baseball shoe. I ain't going out on a limb here. It's proof. There is proof, right? You sound crazy. Sometimes I do. Maybe I am crazy, but who knows, right? But I say all of that to say those design choices are probably some of the reasons why that sneaker isn't just well adopted as it should be when we talk about the story, the history of Michael Jordan and his career. Now, let's get into reason number 3. Reason number 3, I think, was the early 90s, bro. That was a weird transition period, man, for sneakers and the sneaker culture. So the market definitely wasn't as hyped up as it is now. That's for damn sure. But you have your icon, the person who's moving the needle away from the sport that is tied in so close to the culture, that kind of left the sneaker world in a lull, so to speak, right? The 9s definitely, well, I say definitely, but I probably should say unfortunately, got caught in this transition period. So again, another reason why I just really think that the 9 is just not, it's just not it, right? So with that being said, let's get into reason number 4. And reason number 4, I believe, is while the 9s did have some retro releases, sprinkled here and there, right? They haven't been as frequent or as hyped as some of the other models that we take a look at. Now, this limited availability is twofold. One, limited availability can do one thing or two things, right? It can make it where it's not front and center, or it can make it where people just really don't know. And I think the 9 caught the latter. People just really don't know because the sneaker is not as in the forefront as some of the other silhouettes. Now, there hasn't been a notable collab done with the Jordan 9, right? I know I'm right. There hasn't been a notable collab with the Jordan 9. Now, the strategy behind all of that is Nike collaborates with one of the more popular acts, whatever, right? And they take a silhouette, put it in a collab, which drives up the hype based on the person. And they take that and that ushers in that sneaker silhouette for quite some time. We've seen it before. We've seen it with Balvin. We've seen it with obviously Travis Scott. We've seen it with who we seen it with, the Collabs, Union. We've seen it with Virgil. Like the list goes on and on of where Nike will put collaborators and they give them these obscure models or silhouettes, and it propels that. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But for the most part, that's been the gravy train for Nike. So the 9s have not received that treatment, and I think that leads to where we are today with the Jordan 9. That's a lot of words, Money Man. I know, bro. I know. But I'm going to tell you what, man. Don't sleep on the Jordan 9. Don't do it, because despite all of those reasons I just gave you, the Air Jordan 9 has a dedicated following for sure. It's unique design, it's comfortable fit, its growing number of cool colorways are kind of winning over sneakerheads. And let's just be honest, man. Sometimes it's cool as hell to rock a pair of shoes that just ain't mainstream. And I think that's kind of where the sneaker culture is now, because we've been saturated with so many different colorways of sneakers. Yeah, it's the panda effect. So once we get too much of it, nobody wants it anymore. So yeah, man, the Jordan 9s is cool, man. Yeah, I don't really have any other reasons why the Jordan 9 isn't cool. And hit me in the comment section if you just say, give me a good reason why to you the Jordan 9 isn't it, other than it's trash. That's not a valid reason. That's not a valid reason at all to just say something is trash. Yes, that's your opinion, but sometimes opinion have to be rooted in something. It's your money. I'm just saying, give me a good reason why the Jordan 9 is trash. And on the other end, give me reasons why the Jordan 9 is slept on, and they should be giving us more like a collab or more of the OG colorways in the Jordan 9. Because November 2024, man, yeah, we are going to get the Olive 9s. Yeah, they're generating quite the buzz. Yeah, okay, I'm not gonna go out on a limb and say they're gonna sell out, because these days sneakers that we really think is gonna sell out, them shits don't sell out. So with that being said, man, I can't wait for November to get here so I can add another pair of Olive 9s to my collection, because I had some long time ago. And yeah, yeah, they make it. Yeah, should have had a funeral for them. But that's all I got for you today, man. Just put that bug in your ear, man. Jordan 9s are definitely slept on. So if you're still on that notion that, oh, they just suck, let me know why they suck, bro. Give me a good reason why they suck. I won't bother you. Actually, you know what? It makes for good banter in the comment section. So hit your boy up in the comment section. And while you're at it, man, move your finger up just a little bit. Hit that like. Hit that subscribe button. At the same time, be glad to have you here as a part of the set. I am your boy Money Man. I'm gonna get out here and go do something important with the rest of my life, as you should too. Bid you folks adieu. Peace.